shut it down for the night. All right, so basically, Shakur Stevenson basically does what he does best, which is front and tell lies, because that's basically all he's good at doing. And Shakur Stevenson is really developing his reputation as being a habitual liar, because I mean, this dude says one thing and then does another. Basically, he basically put something on social media. I guess he tweeted that he's closed the door on a potential fight. Excuse me, with Devin Haney, a potential fight that he was never going to fulfill, uh, potential fight that he was never going to go through with. Basically, he was stalling Devin Haney, and basically, as I said, Shakur Stevenson tried to trick Devin Haney out of his belt for the sake of Keyshawn. Basically, saying, give up your first of all, this is when I knew Shakur was full of shit anyway, to sit up there and demand that somebody give up their belt and talk about he don't want to step on his brother's toes and all this stuff. Man, Keyshawn ain't your brother, man. And Keyshawn just he just didn't want to fight. And then he sits up there and say, "Hey, I'm at 140. I haven't even had a fight at 148, but or whatever the case may be, and actually it's 147. So, sound like he said 148. So that just goes to show you that he had probably every intention not to go through with that fight, and that he was going to intentionally not make weight. Keyshawn, as you start to further examine and look at footage of him and see how he reacts and how he acts towards a potential opponent, you can kind of see that he not there. And to me, Keyshawn Davis is not mentally there. And like I said, he mentally weak, and he showed signs of being mentally weak. Nope. Nope. He said that he's closed the door. First of all, and say somebody is scary. How you saying in the same breath to somebody ducking you and you trying to get the dude to come down and wait? You basically trying to get the dude to weight drain himself or come down and wait till you can have the advantage. If you so good, then go up to 147. You saying that you would fight Ryan Garcia at 147. You said that you would fight Conor Ben at 147 and up. So why can't you fight Devin? At the end of the day, Keyshawn just doesn't believe he could beat Devin, and I don't think Shakur believes at this point he could beat Devin, or it would be, you know, it would be a life and death fight. As far as trying to make comparisons about, well, who did what versus who, styles make fights, you know, and that's real talk. Because Hagler went the distance with Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard, once out of three fights. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Hagler. Hagler knocked out Hearns. So um, you just can't base something off of that all the time. You just can't say, well, because this happened and that happened. Just like people were saying, oh, well, Manny Pacquiao, he knocked Ricky Hatton out in 2 rounds, and it took Floyd whatever many rounds. It doesn't work like that. Styles make fights, and then it comes down to punch resistance, momentum, impact. A lot of things come into play when it pertains to punch output. you know it a lot of things come into play. So you just can't sit up there and say, well, this dude, like, it sounds good. a lot of times when we get caught up in the moment and we having debates, and we'll use that as a talking point, to try to prove our argument, whatever the argument is. But yeah, styles make fights, and it doesn't work like that at all. Well, I said Hagler won that fight. I mean, Hagler won that fight to me, but you know, um, on basically on paper it says Sugar Ray Leonard won the fight, but that's what I'm making when it pertains to the comparison. So people are saying, well, he got him out of here quicker. Yeah, doesn't work like that. Once again, styles make fights. So yeah, Shakur and Keyshawn are taking a big hit because, like I said, they tried to put Devin Haney through these mental gymnastics. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Devin Haney has proven that he's the face of boxing. Devin Haney has not fought since November of last year, but Devin Haney is still, you know, still in the algorithm. He's still getting videos made about him, and he hasn't fought since. So that just goes to show you that Devin is the face of boxing. It ain't no damn Shakur Stevenson. So at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson, good luck fighting people at Zuffa, because here's the thing: you can sit up there and say somebody your brother and your friend all you want, but if Zuffa eventually say you got to fight Richards and Hitchens, you're gonna have to fight them, because Ryan Garcia is probably headed to Zuffa, because Ryan Garcia, um, apparently this may be his last fight with Golden Boy. The Conor Ben fight. So this may be his last fight, and then he's moving on. So he may go to Zuffa. So they're gonna make Shakur fight these dudes. They're paying. Hey, Dana White said out of his own mouth, he paying him a shitload of money. Now, Shakur's only been with Zuffa a week, and he's already turning down fights. He's saying that he doesn't have to fight Jose Venezuela. So, he's saying he's looking to another opponent. So this is just Shakur being Shakur, you know. And then you hearing that Lomachenko is on his way there. So that may be a fight that they may uh ask Shakur Stevenson to entertain. If they can get the weight right. I think Lomachenko could fight at 135. I mean, he's a 126 pounder, but I think he could fight, at 135, but only time will tell. So